that has their podcast that seems to be in major financial peril.
Angel Reese believed she had finally arrived. Her basketball career was taking off. She enjoyed a luxurious lifestyle, and her new podcast seemed like the perfect way to capitalize on it all. She was essentially living the dream. But there's a catch. That dream could be a ticking time bomb, and right now, time is running out quickly.
I mean, who could have possibly predicted this?
You might be wondering, just how bad could it get? Well, here's the twist. Even having big names like Shaq backing you doesn't make you immune. Financial disasters don't play favorites, and Angel's Dream podcast is now hanging by a thread.
He ain't pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know, the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Literally. I'm trying to think of like my rent for where I stay at. Let me do the math real quick.
Better Collective, the sponsor behind Angel's podcast, is valued at $820 million. But after this shocking incident, it's clear that even such a massive valuation doesn't guarantee that your paychecks will actually arrive.
Shaquille O'Neal's The Big Podcast and Angel Reese's Unapologetically Angel podcast have captivated fans with their mix of sports insights, cultural commentary, and fun personal stories. Both shows are part of Playmaker HQ.
Imagine waking up to discover that the company funding your podcast is suddenly laying off 100 employees. Not exactly the kind of news you want for your show. But that's exactly the situation Angel Ree found herself in.
HQ, which operates under Better Collective, a media giant valued at $820 million. Yet, recent financial hurdles at Better Collective could bring unexpected challenges.
And we're not talking about a few minor layoffs. This was an entire team being let go. To make matters worse, Better Collective stock plummeted 36.5% in a single day, wiping out millions of dollars almost as fast as Angel's fan base disappeared after her latest missed layup. When the company supporting your podcast is struggling this badly, those paychecks aren't exactly guaranteed. It's like trying to play basketball with a football. It just doesn't work. On top of that, many analysts warn that these financial troubles could create a very serious situation for Angel Ree and her podcast.
To these beloved podcast. Again, I don't know how beloved Angel Reese's podcast is, but Shaq's got a pretty good following.
That's right. Better Collective came up $75 million short of its projected profits, and this massive gap in the company's finances could very well spell disaster for Angel's podcast.
In late October, Better Collective announced over 100 layoffs, citing challenges in the U.S. and slower growth in Brazil. This announcement led to a staggering 36.5% drop in the company's stock. Wow.
If that's the case, Angel made a risky move by putting all her eggs in the podcast basket, overlooking the very real possibility that her paychecks could shrink.
And downgraded revenue outlook for 2024 from a possible $460 million down to as low as $385 million. So they came in about $75 million short of what they had forecasted. That's not great.
Angel has gone all in on her podcast. It was meant to be the cash cow sustaining her lavish lifestyle, covering expenses like her staggering $100,000 a year rent. Yep, you heard that right. Her rent alone is higher than her entire WNBA salary.
The only issue that I do have as far as some of the things with Angel Reese is like, you can't simultaneously be like hating pays, and then not try to play victim, but like...
While her brutal honesty is admirable, it does make you wonder, why is she living so extravagantly if she can't actually afford it?
Angel Reese continues to make me shake my head, honestly. Complaining about the WNBA salary not being able to cover her $100,000 rent.
I just hope y'all know, the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Literally. I'm trying to think of like my rent for where I stay at. No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000.
It's tone deaf mentioning this type of money, paid $8K a month in rent.
Here's the reality. While the shows themselves remain popular, the wider company's struggles could lead to cutbacks that affect them. Reports suggest Angel might be earning anywhere from $5,200 to $82,400 per month, a massive range, and the actual number could be far less glamorous.
Angel and her pretend friend. They started talking about the minimum wage salaries in the WNBA. Angel Reese was complaining because her woke welfare donations from the dump aren't enough to cover her rent in Chicago. The WNBA currently donates around $75 grand a year to Angel Reese to not sell out home games while also finding new, unique ways to miss layups. Tough job, but Angel Reese, to her credit, she makes it look simple.
Remember when everyone assumed that fame alone would make a podcast a hit? Meghan Markle, the Obamas, they thought the same thing. Spoiler alert, their podcasts ended up being about as popular as a flop movie from the 90s.
I wasn't getting paid in college, so that check that I do get here is a bonus. I mean, being able to play for 4 to 5 months and get $75,000 on top of the other endorsements that I'm doing, I think it's a plus for me.
In contrast, Unapologetically Angel plays a more essential role in WNBA star Angel Reese. I'm sure in the income is what that's supposed to say. Unlike Shaq, Reese depends on her podcast as a meaningful supplement to her WNBA earnings, which are relatively modest.
Nobody was tuning in, and Angel is learning the hard way. Being a star on the court doesn't automatically make you a star in people's earbuds. Let's be real. If you're not delivering quality content for your audience, why would anyone bother listening? No matter the name attached, if people aren't engaged and listening all the way through, the podcast isn't going to succeed. The real key to a killer podcast isn't just fame. It's authentic, compelling content that genuinely connects with the audience. Right now, Angel could be doing a lot more, especially if she wants to cover that massive rent. And in all my years of watching basketball, or in the case of the WNBA, pretend basketball, this lesson is painfully clear.
Unapologetically Angel brings in an estimated $5,200 to $82,800 monthly. Where did you get those figures from? Because I would love to see that.
In all my years of watching the sport, I've never seen a player miss wide open layups quite like Angel Reese. For context, the average rent in Chicago is around $2,000 a month. To be fair, that's probably just enough to snag a basic apartment in the city. But Angel Reese deals with a dump every day at work, so the conditions shouldn't bother her too much. Fans want behind-the-scenes stories, game breakdowns, and unique insights they can't find anywhere else. Simply showing up because you're famous isn't enough. They expect substance, not just a casual hi or hello. The most critical part of a podcast, especially from a financial standpoint, is the ad revenue, which usually comes around the middle of the show. For an hour or hour-and-a-half long episode, the prime spot is roughly around the 45-minute mark. Engaging content drives more views, which leads to longer watch time, which in turn boosts revenue.
$24,000 a year in rent. That would be around a third of her salary. Now, that is higher than the 25% that's recommended, but Angel Reese, she should be able to get by living donation to donation with rent being $2,000 a month, right? The problem for Angel Reese, her rent is $8,000 a month.
Angel Reese went all in on her podcast, hoping it would fund her lavish lifestyle and $100,000 a year rent, but the financial cracks are showing fast. Even with Better Collective, a sponsor valued at $820 million, facing major losses, Angel's paychecks are far from guaranteed. Her WNBA salary barely covers expenses, and if listeners tune out before the key ad spots, revenue could shrink even more. Fans want authentic, engaging content, not just fame. And with the season over and limited fresh material, keeping the podcast alive is a tough challenge. Angel now faces a harsh reality. She must bring the same intensity and hustle to her show as she does on the court, or risk seeing her dream and her lifestyle collapse under financial pressure.